Anzi, where you want that 20 at? In your pants?
What? And we're live, guys, back with the Gridsy, of course, 10 p.m. Eastern every single Friday. We have an absolute nutcase with us today. It is absolutely fantastic. Please hit the subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Thumbs up, comments. You know the drill. It helps us grow the channel. Makes a huge, huge difference. It really, really does. We got everyone's favourite albino here, Rambam. Hello, Rambam. How are you, brother? What's going on? Put the lens away, man. You'll blind everyone. We're trying to make them watch, not look away. Jesus. Unbelievable. Hello, mate. How you been, brother?
We are not liable.
Don't they already look
for
away because
anything
it's your
our guests
channel
do.
anyways?
I looked away. I don't know about everyone else, but I did. Anyway.
We are not liable for anything that happens because of Ram Bam.
In chat already, my eyes.
I can hear the car crashes happening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, from blindness, because they just can't see where they're driving. Yes, it's happening everywhere. Anyway, how are you, Ram?
Yeah.
What's going on, man? Had a good week? What's been happening? You been well?
No, 3v3 is so yeah.
Sounds like you need to get good, scrub.
How about we just get rid of 3v3? Prom?
How about you
Sure.
get good? Sorry,
by
the dark
getting good,
souls
you
in
of
me is
course
coming out.
mean look. There's get good, and then for everything else, there's Mastercard.
Oh my god, you idiot!
Boo.
We've got Grid down below as well, straight underneath Ram Bam. I don't know. I didn't realize Ram likes being on top. But anyway, hello, Grid. How are you, brother? What's been happening, man? What's going on?
Doing well. Just the roller coaster of life, man. Had a good stream just before this. Got a strong W, but it was tough. I made a couple of mistakes that I shouldn't have, and made some bad calls, but we still got the win.
Yeah.
I just had to muscle my way through. I dropped 7 battles on Dash Han Chewy. It was disgusting.
You're
Absolutely
kidding.
disgusting.
Oh my goodness, guys! I need to start this. I've got a couple of quick things I need to show you. Right, a few things have happened over the last few days. Now, I don't know if you guys saw or not. I'm just trying to bring the game up. I've got the game here because, of course, I had GAC the other day, which was pretty funny. For some reason, my game's deciding not to open because that would be really, really easy right now.
Okay.
But long story short is I had a loss, unfortunately, the other day. It was a rough one. I got fully cleared, couldn't break through into the back zone and got fully cleared.
Rough.
I wake up because you guys know that, by the time GAC finishes, most people do their battles near the end in the final hours. It's like 3, 4, 5 a.m. my time. Like by that time, it's sort of early morning in Australia. Ticks over, the actual phases tick over about 7 a.m. in the morning, right? Roughly. Just my local time. That's how it works here. So I wake up and I've been fully cleared and I was a bit down. And and the Supreme Leader Eternal was my opponent, and I want to give him a big shout out. He got stuck on my very last team. Didn't quite full clear. He got stuck on CLS. I set CLS in the back, and it had 69 battles on it.
Oh, beautiful.
Nice.
Respect.
So kudos to
Respect.
Supreme Leader Eternal, who did knock us off.
Big respect.
But he messaged me, said, dude, huge fan, love some of your teams, they were disgusting, and love your work on Rogue Actions and on the channel. So 69 banners, 69 attempts on the last team. Kudos to you, mate. That is class act, so good stuff. Now, the other thing that crossed my desk as well, fellas, this week, the other thing that crossed my desk was someone got a little bit creative. I think it was
My
Deck.
shit stain?
I think Deck got a little bit creative with Photoshop this week, fellas.
boy.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Yes.
What's coming?
No, I need to show because as you guys know, we had an interview with Crumb last week, where of course we got to speak all about some amazing stuff, and of course we know that SB Crumb's coming, of course, next week as well. So someone got a little bit creative, and I believe it was Deck, and Deck made
I've
this.
seen this. Oh no, shield your eyes.
Deck made this, right? Hang on one second, let me bring it up here.
That's like a picture of my legs right there.
There we go. There we go. Deck made this. right? Which is Crumb. As SP Crumb and me is Jabba, right? I get this in my server inbox the other day, right? This is what I see. This is some of the stuff I've got to deal with, right? So I see this, and I had a bit of a chuckle because it's some seriously good work until someone mentioned that me and the Jabba costume looks a little bit like the underside of a wiener. But anyway, that's a whole different thing that no one saw until they're told, and now you can't unsee it, right? So anyway, that's not the best. So then it escalated, and it got bigger, boys. It got worse. We got another one on top of that. We got an amended version of it, which is this one here, which has a bit of slave layer action with Rambam chucked in at the front as well. Fine. We've got the triumvirate
hang on, send that to me. How did we, hang on. Send that to me. Can you send that to me?
Sure, of course I can. So this one crossed my desk as well. Deck's been very busy with Photoshop this week. We missed the pale legs. They should have been wider. You're right. They should have been more pale. But I'm sure that we can fix that with some more Photoshop work. Deck, you let the team down, mate. Should have been more pale. So anyway, is what
it's the other white meat.
The other one. Oh my God. What the?
All right, send that to me.
It's on the way to you, brother. It's on the way to you. Don't worry about that. But anyway, guys, let's have a chat. We've had some pretty big news this week. Obviously, it's been a bit quiet the last few weeks, and in typical form, they've dropped everything at once. They're really, really good at that. And man, do we get some stuff. Conquest is coming out, but of course, we're getting a brand new lifter character. Character, of course. And none of us kind of saw it coming. No one saw Ben Solo coming. However, I will preface, and I'm going to head wobble a little bit here. A couple of weeks ago, guys, Rogue Action's video. Will we see lifter units for other galactic legends? It's there. Proof. Bang. Fact. There you go. So I'm gonna head wobble a bit. I'm just saying. But Ben Solo's coming to the game, boys. And do we really need Rey to be more disgusting than she already is sometimes, fellas? I'm gonna ask you first, Ram. You go, bro.
Yes. The reason why, I'll elaborate a little bit. Yeah. The reason why is because primarily, at least for a good portion of players and probably the middle tier players, I'm sure the higher tier, Fatal, all those guys, they get use out of Rey on offense and whatnot, plenty. But for a good majority of players, I'd say Rey is on defense most of the time. And while she's a solid GL, she's a solid defensive GL. She needs a kind of lifter unit that's going to make her not only more of a beast on defense, which is always good, but also be able to take out some of these heavier GL teams like JMK, JML, and things like that on offense more consistently. Ben Solo is probably the clear winner on that. Yep. That aspect.
Yep. No, absolutely.
So it makes her more well-rounded, which is that really ever a bad thing?
I don't believe it is, and I think it's just surprising. I think that's the thing, isn't it? I think no one just really saw it coming, and that's okay. Yeah. But I just thought, you know what? I'm not disappointed about it, but Rey in threes especially is going to be super gross, and she ain't going to get any better now with this. And that's the only that's my first thought. In threes, Rey is just disgusting. Not being able to actually kill her is going to make it worse. But Grid, your opinion on Ben? Look, great character, make no mistake. By the way, he has a massive lightsaber, not to scale, ladies and gentlemen. It looks huge in game. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it is crazy
I have not
at scale.
Seen it again.
Yeah, it is. He's definitely compensating for something, people. Absolutely, he is. God,
that thing's huge.
Yeah, see what I mean? Yeah, I told you. I'm not making it up. Wow. But, yeah, check it out, guys.
That's like Snip's second lightsaber. It just seems like it's super long.
Yeah, it's again, not to scale, but anyway, is what it is. But Grid, what do you think about Swallow? Sorry, mate. Didn't mean to.
No, I'm super stoked for him to join the game. I think it's great that they're bringing lifter characters to the previous GLs. I personally am a supporter of all GLs being on the same level playing field. If that means every one of them has to get a conquest counterpart, fine. So I'm totally cool with that. I know it's, hey, I feel like it lets you maybe potentially differentiate a little bit between just buying a galactic legend, at like 1.7 mil and being able to complete hard conquest and, get their second counterpart character So like maybe it's I feel like it's adding that extra layer. It could be good, could be bad. I'm not sure, but hey, at least we're getting them. I really want my SLKR to have a really cool one because I still really like SLKR and I want him to beat JMK again. So that's where I come from.
Snoke.
No, fair enough. Snoke.
Yeah, that's a lot of it, but yep.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I think, SLKR will probably get Snoke. I mean, I think that it makes sense, right? I mean, that's an obvious fit. Or General Pride was the other one someone else threw out there as well. I thought that's a good one too.
General Pride I think would be great. Although I thought General Pride would go with C.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I meant with C, sorry, not with SLKR. That's what I meant. I thought, we'd definitely have Snoke for Supreme Leader Kylo, General Pride for C, rounds them out. They all get lifters going forward. I think that might be maybe the next couple of, 9 months of conquest.
So who would JML get, though?
That's an interesting one, isn't it?
He can get a Porg. There we go.
He'll get a Porg.
See, that one's kind of weird because JML
get the blue milk.
basically has JKL.
He'll get a caretaker.
Right,
He'll get one of the caretakers, with the wheelbarrows and shit.
What are the caretakers? I would guess maybe like a second version of Rey.
Oh, just what we need, another Rey.
People in chat are saying General Leia.
Oh, I
General
like that.
Leia.
That
Which
works.
is not. That's actually a pretty good
That's
idea.
the best idea.
That
If
works.
they don't do that, I'm going to be hugely disappointed.
Yeah, that absolutely works. I like that a lot.
That makes sense, actually.
I like that a lot.
Good
Absolutely.
job, Chad. Good job.
No, absolutely. No,
Solved.
they're all over it. So there's
And
Ben.
if they didn't already do that, then they should be doing it.
There's
so.
Ben Saber, guys. There's
Right.
Ben Saber. That's not to scale. I don't care what anyone says. That I'm surprised. It's huge, people. It's huge. It's compensating for something.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's huge.
Huge.
Huge. So
Huge.
And the Mexicans are going to pay for it. Okay, moving right along. Let's go straight
Huge.
up. It's crazy, crazy stuff. But no, we got that, of course. We got Conquest kicking in. Again, some more feats. Some interesting feats as always. We covered that the other day. I know that we're all super thrilled about Conquest. Not going to talk about that too much. But feats are a reason, when I say they're not really achievable because, Conquest is Conquest. But the global feats don't seem too bad. I mean, you can basically throw in the characters you need in a, with a GL, and you're going to knock them out pretty quick. Bit of a hint for everyone, of course, and again, this might be blatantly obvious for everybody, but of course, make sure that you do your event feats using your Datacron nodes right at the end of the sectors. Use it there. Get some Datacron material out of it. If you've got to do these global feats anyway, you may as well get some Datacron material at the same time. I know it sounds obvious for a lot of people, but it's just a quick PSA just in case, right? Straight up. But Grid, your thoughts with the Conquest feats coming up? Have you seen the list yet? Have you checked that out?
Yep, I checked the list out. I think they look fine. I think it makes total sense, like kind of the lore behind some of the feats that they're surrounding, first order, which makes perfect, or resistant, which makes perfect sense for Ben Solo. So I think it's cool that they're doing that. Some of the feats I feel like for the most part look pretty attainable. I don't know what the difference, like the exact amount of key cards you'd be able to give up for one or the other, but I think it's kind of cool that they're doing like these two perpendicular paths with first order and resistance, because it's like if you invested in Rey, then you're still going to be okay. And if you invested in SLKR, you're still going to be okay as well. Yeah. Because so many of them are like defeat such and such with any version of Rey or Kylo surviving, or with any version of Rey or Kylo in the battle, or blah, blah, blah. So I think that's kind of cool. I'm kind of happy with how they're doing these ones. Thumbs up for me. Yep.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. So, no, I think it's a pretty good fit. Of course, Datacron's Chapter 3, boys. They've dropped, of course, in-game now. Stats seem to be dulled back a bit, this one, in comparison to the first couple, having a look at them. The only things, obviously, special damage and physical damage seem to roll over, and of course there's a lot of other ones, armor and other bits and pieces as well. I just feel that the percentages are nowhere as crazy as they were previously, and I think we're still, because when they first dropped, the stats were just stupid. Like people were putting 900% health steal and stuff like that on characters. I don't think we'll see that again down the track. I may be wrong, but I don't see those percentages to those extremes, after this set has expired again. But we'll have to wait and see. But are they still finding the sweet spot, guys? And I don't want to go into Datacrons too much because everyone hates talking about them, but they're a necessary evil and they're in the game, and unfortunately we need to adapt or die, right? That's how it works. So, Ram, your thoughts, mate, with the newest set of Chapter 3? I think they're pared back a bit, and I think we're going to see more of that sort of level going forward, or is this just that set's going to be like that?
No, I don't know what CG intends to do with Datacrons as far as the level of whatever the stats are. I don't know what they intend to do with it, but I'm hoping that they keep it around this level, because this is where I feel that the level should be at, right? Is it should boost up some characters, should boost up some teams and whatnot, but it shouldn't be completely overpowered. 800% of Elf Seal, outrageous. That's get rid of it, right? If you looked at the stats on the Datacrons for this set, I was talking about it with somebody earlier. They kind of dialed it down by about 50% almost. Special damage is not 10, 15, 25, 50% or whatever. Going up to level 9, it's now been dialed down to 5, starting off at like 5 to 10% or something. So they're kind of dialing back, which is the whole purpose of what they call listen to the community, get these bugs, and understand how the Datacrons are too OP and buffer them down a little bit. Even the level 9 ones don't seem all that outrageous. There's a couple good ones, Bam, C, whatnot, but for the most part, they seem pretty normal. There's some turn meter manipulation and some health regeneration. That's really about it. So I'm actually looking forward to this set more than the last two.
They kind of don't feel as daunting this time in comparison to last year. That's probably the word that I would use with it. And I think most people are going to focus on C and obviously Malgus as well as priorities in this next chapter. But we'll just have to wait and see. But Grid, your thoughts as well, mate, with the chapter 3s?
Yep.
Without getting too
deep
into it?
Yeah, I think that armor is going to be disgusting with Malgus and Lord Vader. Oh my goodness. Now we know with Lord Vader, like I do believe that Fennec would still work because you would just continue inflicting the armor shreds, and that should be okay. But for a lot of characters where you kind of rely on, I'm worried some teams that would work from stacking, like maybe even SLKR, might just take too long to get to be able to punch through all that armor, or if like JKO will still punch through Malgus with all of his bonus armor or whatnot. So I think it's going to be really interesting at how they're kind of shifting from a very offense oriented to a very now defense oriented sort of look at Datacrons. I think that's going to be interesting to see how the players interact with it. Like right now I put a lot of my Datacrons on defense because I think they do a really good job on defense, but I keep particular ones for offense. And now with some of these bonuses, like maybe I'm going to put more on defense. Maybe I won't save any for offense. It'll be interesting to see what everybody comes up with. That's for sure.
They're certainly making you think more. I think that's what it's all about. You've got to really plan it out a little bit more. I think you've really got to be, if you're across statistics, numbers, percentages, stuff like that. If you're very adept and very understanding on the mechanics and obviously the calculations, you're gonna really benefit greatly from their release. Yeah. I think a lot of people that certainly find them overwhelming, not so much, because I think they're going to go, should I, shouldn't I? Should I do this? Should I not? I think it makes it really, really tricky for a lot of people. Just just average Joe. Yeah, right. A lot of people, will just find it a little bit more difficult down the track. But we're just going to have to wait and see how it all plays out.
The BAM ones are my particular ones that I'm looking out for this round of Datacrons. Both the BAM ones, he's got 3 of them. One of them's negligible. Who cares? But both of them look very, very good. 400% offense with a max stack of birds. You're going to one-shot a lot of teams with that. The other one is the never-ending damage immunity. So you put that with the Lord Vader, that's going to make the Lord Vader counter a lot more manageable because you constantly have damage immunity on Fennec and allow Fennec to just do her thing and wreck Lord Vader. So Bams, I think Bams is going to be like the secret. Him, Malgus, and C. Obviously, I think those are going to be the top 3 hitters of this set.
Yep. No, I agree.
I might. This might sound kind of rude, so I'm gonna try and say this as gentle as possible. People who may not know a ton about the game sometimes think that Bam is a really bad character, or just kind of a disappointing character. And don't get me wrong, like I think he maybe could be better, but I know a lot of people for sure don't use him correctly. And so, or do underestimate him. I think this next set of GAC, it'll be very interesting to see how many people underestimate these BAM teams that are coming out. And if you're a smarter player, I think you should really, really watch out for those BAM teams. Those ones are going to be scary. So
there we go. You heard it first from
Phrase
the
it that way.
guys. You heard it first from the guys who know a hell of a lot more than me. Except for Rambam, he's still a flog. That's all that matters.
Yeah. No, Ram doesn't know anything.
Guys, do we know when Profundity's coming? We got any idea? Any ideas when Profundity's dropping?
No, sir.
I thought I saw a while ago.
Probably within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I would guess, yeah.
I thought I'd sent a post originally when it came out, which I sifted through and couldn't find it. I saw a date of around 8.3 originally, and then 8.3 to 8.13, something like that, and then it disappeared. I don't know if that's the case or whether they've rolled it back or not, or whether they never actually gave a release date. But for some reason, I swear I thought I saw it was going to release, early August. But anyway.
Well, didn't they do that with? There was another event or something that they had released, and they it was like a week after they made the marquee farmable that they ended up pushing the event out. So I mean, we just got Radis farmable. It kind of makes sense for them to do it in about a week and a half or so for them to drop Profundity. So
I don't know about you guys, but
I would say you're safe to say sometime in August.
Everything's always August. Everything's always August, Grid. That's not a surprise.
Always August. Yeah, August or December. August or December, always.
Grid said something's coming out in August. Doesn't
it?
Really?
You're safe to say we're going to get it in 2022.
Yeah, 2022. I feel like we're going to get it in August, but I wouldn't be surprised within the next week or two now that Radis is farmable. I feel like that's the biggest indicator. I agree with Ram on that.
I don't know about you guys, but
unfortunately,
I went yesterday. He was 8th, so he was 8.3 to 8.17 release date. In Swiggo events. So there we go, straight up.
But so the event should be like the Executor, right? Where it was the Executor was only out for one day.
No.
If you didn't get that one day,
no. I think this one's this one's just like the standard type of event, that is your capital ship event. So I believe it's a standard capital ship event. But hey, subject to change. Anything's possible, boys. You just never know. That's for sure. Straight up. Anything else I've missed, fellas, that we need to talk about this week? I think, is there anything I've missed that you guys want to chat about?
Actually, there is one thing that I wanted to point out.
Yeah,
and this was actually with Ben. I should have pointed this out earlier. I do apologize.
No, not at all.
I think it is very interesting to note, regardless of his interaction, separate from his actual kit. I think it's very interesting. He is the first Omicron that is character specific.
Yes.
He has an Omicron that is while in Grand Arena if Ray is the leader. I think that's just kind of an interesting little thing there that we are getting into that specific of Omicrons and how much more we might see stuff like that.
Absolutely. And not and the funny thing is that Ben was not, like being a conquest character. Maybe could have been a good idea to add it to the State of the Galaxy or Road Ahead a couple of weeks ago. Just saying, pretty strange it wasn't included in all of those rollouts of all the information recently. But that to me is a bit of a mystery. But anyway, I'm sure there's a reason for it. But it is what it is. Anything you want to say, Ram? No? Okay, we'll move right along. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's great.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's great. Absolutely fantastic. Great to have you all with us as always. Hit the subscribe button. You know the drill. Thumbs up, comments.
Just keep moving.
Comment on Rambam's rubbish moustache.
Where's the subscribe button at, Heinzie?
We're going to go, it's the red one, mate. It's the red one. Should be there. It's the red one. No,
right around my leg, right?
No, you'll push people away. You'll push people away, you idiot.
No, you're getting rid of our target audience.
All right, we're going to go back to roasting Rambam for the next few hours while we do GAC here. Don't forget, 10 p.m. Eastern every single Friday night. It's a hell of a good time, guys. Don't miss it. Heinz69, come and hang with us. It's absolutely mental. Thanks so much for being with us, guys. Thanks for everyone who's been live in chat, being part of it as well at the same time. We'll see you again next week. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.